What's up, everyone? Welcome to StoryHive on Location in Victoria with beats, eats, and more! My name is Kazi. I'm the host of the show. We're broadcasting right now on the unceded ancestral lands of the Lekwungen-speaking peoples. Much love, gratitude, and respects to the Songhees and Esquimalt
100%.
First Nations. And my special guest today on the show is the one and only Sara of Migration Boutique or Make Good Party.
Hello.
Sara was born and raised in Victoria, BC, the founder of Migration Boutique and Make Good Party, a passionate supporter of local and direct trade design. She curates handmade goods from BC artisans and global makers alike. Since 2004, she's created spaces that uplift sustainable, ethical production, from boutiques to street parties. With 13 plus shop locations over the years and vibrant events in Victoria and Vancouver Island, Sara's built community through craft, culture, and celebration.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on the
So
show,
excited to
for
be here.
making time. I'm so stoked to be at your latest, newest creation of Migration Boutique. Can you let people know where we are right now?
Yeah, so we're at 1322 Government Street, just like close to the corner of Johnson and Government. And we've been here for about 2 months. We just opened about 2 months ago.
Okay.
Very happy to be here.
Does this make it number 14?
I think it's number 13 or 14. I'd have to look back. But yeah, we've had multiple stores around Victoria. We used to be down the street about 2 years ago, and then we just moved here about 2 months ago. So, yeah.
How did this all start for you, the inception and the idea to create a boutique that especially focused on direct trade and ethical, sustainable sourcing?
That's a long story.
Yeah, we're here for an hour.
Yeah, I have a long story. So I've been doing this 21 years. Originally, I started, I'm a big traveler, so I love traveling. It's probably my biggest passion, one of my biggest passions, apart from music and arts, obviously. I started going to Thailand in 1998, if you can believe it, and started just finding amazing artists there and makers who are from Bangkok, super cool up-and-coming makers. And started working with them and designing items, making sure that everything was direct fair trade, that they're getting paid for what they're doing. That was really important to me. And then I started bringing that back here and doing events and pop-ups and festivals, that kind of thing. And then I decided to do a pop-up at the Bay Center Mall, which is just down the road here. We were the first people to do a pop-up, I guess, in Victoria.
Yeah.
And we started that probably about 16 years ago. And then it just kind of evolved from there. We did multiple pop-ups and then multiple stores in Victoria. Had a store in Vancouver on Main Street. And then the pandemic havoc. So that's another story too. But yeah, it's kind of a long history.
It's a long history
Yeah.
and probably so many learnings and things along the way.
100%.
What we've talked about in the past, which I think is so dope, is you were doing the pop-up concept before it was even a thing.
Yeah, I didn't even know I was a pop-up until someone was like, "You guys are so cool. You're you're like a pop-up." And I was like, "Oh, what's a pop-up?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, they're doing this in London and New York and Toronto. They just pop up in a location for 2 months or a month or a few weeks." So yeah, we are kind of an OG for sure in Victoria, possibly Canada.
Yeah.
One of the first pop-ups
Well,
for sure.
if you didn't see the concept from before, how did this idea? How did you come up with it?
It's kind of just a fluke. I actually was just looking for a place to showcase. So I started off designing and importing. So I had my own brand, which was called Lotus at the time. And so I was approaching different mall locations just for a Christmas pop-up. Hey, I want to sell my stuff for a month. So we started doing it at the Bay Center, and then people loved it, and we got a lot of media attention. And then the mall was always "You should come back." And I was like, "I don't know." We were kind of the first to do I guess a maker's market, a craft show in a mall, if that makes sense. So I curated all my favorite brands and all my favorite artists and makers that I'd met at different festivals or different shows and brought them together. And yeah, the people loved it. So we just kept coming back every year for a few years. And then finally it was okay, people want this. So then I became a permanent store.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I love that just came to you. you know?
Yeah,
Like
thank
people
you.
just gravitated towards what you were putting together, and then bada boom, bada bang, here we are.
Yeah.
I'd love for you to walk through to the store.
Sure, yeah.
And if you could just share with us, you know, your process behind how you choose to curate the things that you want to feature here
I
and
appreciate
offer
that.
to the community.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I mean, I think that I do love curating and like looking for something that's unique and something that hasn't been brought to like the Victoria or Vancouver market. Especially when I was designing and importing overseas, it was like nobody had these cool things. Like, I don't know if you've probably been to Bangkok.
Oh, yeah. The Chatuchak market.
So Chatuchak
Oh
is my favorite thing ever. So yeah, I would just meet these inspiring people who are doing such cool things that like they're like way ahead in my, would you agree, in terms of fashion?
Oh, yeah.
Like I used to live in London and England, and you'd go to Chatuchak or you go to Bangkok, and then like 6 months later it would hit London. Like, you know, like they're just way ahead of like fashion and trends. So yeah, I was trying to bring something that was unique, and that's how I started doing the process. And then same thing with the artists and makers here. I'm always looking for something that hasn't been done, or for somebody who's like unique or different, or, you know, obviously we also want to have like diversity and have different vendors and backgrounds here as well. So yeah, I don't know, it's just about like curating what I like, I guess.
Yeah.
Would be, yeah.
And how you've developed your aesthetic and your style of what you like.
Yeah.
It's very clear. And I
Yeah.
like that the name migration makes sense.
Yes. So
based on your travels.
Thank you. You caught on to that. Yeah. So migration is just about like me migrating to different parts of the world, and also doing the pop-ups, the migrating. So people always love that. You're like, oh, you're migrating, you know, to a different location.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Amazing. Well, let's walk through the
Sure.
boutique, and let's introduce the star of the show. This is the beautiful Solana.
Sara, go say hi.
She's like, what is going
Yes,
on
yes.
here?
So Solana is our shop dog.
Yes.
She like takes her position incredibly seriously.
Yeah.
She's like, I've had her since she was a puppy,
Yeah.
and she's been in a few stores of mine, like on Main Street in Vancouver and here as well. And she like always greets every single person, and even if
really
she's
does.
like exhausted, she's like, nope, I gotta get up, I gotta say hi. That's her job. So yeah.
Amazing.
She's a good girl.
Girl. Aw. So yeah, we have around here different goods. We got jewelry, we have soaps.
Yep. It has to be locally made, direct fair trade, or handmade. So most items, I'd say like 90% of our products are made locally in Victoria, Vancouver. Like we have some from Toronto, Montreal, that kind of thing, but mostly local to BC. But then we also bring in like cool designers, like this is one of our friends from Bangkok. So they do like
nice.
hand painted, like everything's completely one of a kind,
Oh my gosh,
handmade.
this little kitty.
I know.
This looks like the cat that we met earlier today at DJ Leanne's house. Yummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, he's a white paw cat. This is gorgeous.
Yeah. So I used to have, before the pandemic, I would say that probably 50% of the store was like stuff that we would design and import.
Okay.
And then the rest was local, but now I focus more on local. So it's a very small amount that's from overseas. But again, same thing, like can't be made by children, you know.
Yes.
All the, yeah, very important to me.
Everything's
but-
got to be ethically sourced
Yeah,
and
exactly.
done. I love these.
Yeah, but we do everything from, you know, clothing to jewelry to food, candles, like gifty things. I'd say that this store right now is focused more on local gifts because we are on Government Street, and, you know, we have a lot of tourists here, a lot of tourists, cruise ships come by, so this is more like the tourists, this one.
Oh, that's great,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Because then you're really directly exposing them to local artists
100%.
and makers. Oh,
Yeah.
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 And so you mentioned to me earlier a bit of
To Migration, they're also a new company. I super love them. Like,
Yeah.
I do want to promote them. They're an Indigenous brand. She is Haida, and her husband-to-be is Métis. And they're just like super wonderful people. They give back to the community. I love them. I'm a huge supporter. I'm just going to bring it over to here because we've got to do a shout out to Victoria Orange Shirt Day. These guys are amazing. We've been supporting them for multiple years, so all the funds go straight to them, obviously. Love them. We could talk about Danielle. It says, hello, Yellow Canary. She's been in our store for multiple years. She was actually our managers. Yeah. And then she's an incredible artist, and she showed me her art, and I was like, that's amazing. Let's get that on the floor. And now she does this full time. So I'm very proud of her.
That's so cool.
That's her right here, over here. Yeah.
The ceramics too, I'm a big fan of these ones.
Yeah, so this one here is MOARRR. She's locally from Victoria. All these kind of groovy, fun ones there. We also have Sara Lucky. She's one of my favorites for sure. She's from Hornby.
Oh, wow.
On the island, Hornby Island. Super cool, like completely one of a kind. Everything's literally handmade.
Oh my gosh, we've been talking about Hornby Island a lot because it's like a little Hawaii out there.
Yeah, it is. It's like so hot.
It's so hot, but also that they have like fine sand beaches. Yeah. The water during the season that you go, depending on when you go, it's like blue, 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 turquoisey blue.
Yeah. I grew up there.
Really?
Yeah.
Where were you?
Well, I mean, I'm from Victoria, but I'd go there like every summer.
I'm like ready to sit.
Okay. Are you sitting down?
Yeah, we're sitting down. Yeah, tell me more about this. Your upbringing there. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't grow up there. I should rephrase that. But I'd go there like every summer. We'd camp there. Yeah. It was amazing. And then my mom ended up getting like a property there, and then that was awesome.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then I have friends who live there, and I visit. I love it there. I love the island. I love all the little island places.
How would you say that growing up here in this region and on the island has like inspired the work that you do now and your creativity?
That's a good question. Yeah, I mean, it's so beautiful here. Like I love going to getting into nature as much as I can, going to the islands, going to the beaches. It is a very creative space. I will be honest. Yeah. I think I'm more inspired by going overseas. Yeah. I don't know if that's the right thing to say, but that's how I feel. I'm more I love spending time in Asia. I love like going to Europe. I love like going to big cities and creative cities. I love being in Vancouver. I mean, I'm definitely a city person, I would say, but 100% being on the island is very important to me. Like I need to have my recharge. Yes. For sure. Yeah. Like I can have my like Vancouver city time, but I need my like island time. Need a balance.
That's
that makes
it.
Sense. Yeah.
I agree with you. I feel that way too. Like especially, I'm what you call an ambivert.
Oh.
Yeah, where you're an introvert and an extrovert.
I know.
And people wouldn't
actually never heard that. That's amazing.
Yeah, people would never believe that because when they see me and talk to me, I'm the extroverted version. Of course, because I'm being social, and I'm socializing and I'm out. But there is this other side of me that totally needs the recharge and the reset, and being in nature and like, even being in a small town, in a nature town. I did that for a while in Mexico, like 5 months, and it was great, but permanently, I also don't think I could do that. Like, I feel like the big city also rejuvenates me in a different kind of way.
I think we're similar, and like, I just have to say that I love Kazimi, and I love Jamal.
Yes.
I love you guys. Like I just do. I'm really proud of what you're doing. Aww. I really support you guys. Like when I met you with the Winter Arts Fest, I was like, oh, this girl cool. She's so cool. And I do think like I've loved watching your travels and everything because I'm very similar. Like I can see that you have a passion. Can I say that?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, like a passion for travel that I do. And and I totally recognize that. Like I'm an extreme extrovert, but I need my time and I need my like nature time.
Yes.
For sure. Yeah.
So I want to jump back about something you mentioned, like with design. Like you started out designing your own brand and your own line. Yeah. Did you study design or fashion or anything like that? No,
I mean, I think I have, like, I'll say that I'm a creative person. Like I have, my family is an artist background. Like my mother's an artist and my great grandfather, I think he like my mother's from New York, so
Yeah.
I think her grandfather like painted in Broadway, like painted like the back scenes or something. So
Whoa.
I do think I do have like a creative side, but that's not true. I lie. I
You
went.
are
I did
creative.
go to art school. I went to Camosun here. I went, but like
Okay.
more like courses, not like
Yeah.
a full degree. But yeah, I mean, I do love, like, it's a passion of mine. I love, like, whenever I go traveling, that's what I do. Like, any city that I ever go to, I'm like, where is the artists? Where's the makers? Like, what's happening here? Where are the parties, too? Where's, like, the music? Yeah, so, yeah.
Speaking of parties,
Yeah.
Make Good Party. How did you, it's in your pocket,
in my pocket.
you got it ready. How did you conceptualize this event?
Yeah, so...
And when was that?
So I guess when I've always, I mean, as I said to you before, like my
Yeah.
nickname is Party Time Patterson,
Ayo.
PTP for short. Yeah, I mean, I've always been involved in festivals, like even like Migration, my store went to Glastonbury Festival, like we had a booth.
What?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we had a booth at Glastonbury Festival.
That's amazing.
That was cool. That was
Yeah.
amazing. I've always, same thing, like look for art, but always like look for the party kind of thing wherever I travel. And I've been lucky to be to amazing festivals and like shows and DJs and whatever around the world. But yeah, no, so I met Darren Woodhead, who's a big DJ in Vancouver.
Yes. And also lighting design.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does his Lighthead, excuse me,
Yes.
visuals. Darren's awesome. I met him like 20-something years ago on the party scene in Vancouver. He used to put on like big parties and do things like there's a place called Babylon in Gastown, and he'd play those parties, and
Yeah.
he's always like kind of the main DJ. So yeah, so I met him years ago. We've been friends forever. And I would do always like, even with Migration, I'd always have like a market or something, or like, I don't know, like I'd put on it was like a Make Good party. I'd put on like a market, but we'd have a DJ, but that was like 20 years ago. Nobody was really doing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the Make Good party started because of the pandemic. So basically my store was thriving up until 2020, like March 2020, like thriving business. And then unfortunately the pandemic happened, and I was paying like $100,000 in rent down the street here for a location that was actually probably about triple the size of this. So this is a very
Whoa.
small location for me, starting off again.
Yeah.
I was just like, we need to do something to promote like local makers, local DJs and artists. Like I was just, every day I was just like watching my friends like not have work and,
Yeah.
you know, really suffering. So I was like, what can we do to support the arts and to support local and to bring awareness to that? So I called up Darren. I was like, I want to do a party. I know it's COVID, but I want to do a party.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
had
An outdoor
but like
social
a safe,
distance.
safe
Yeah.
space.
Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah.
party. So I had a store at Main and around 21st in Vancouver, and the main, like the, what do you call it, Mount Pleasant Business Association was doing like, I think they were doing some kind of block party. So I was like, let's do this. Let's, you know, come on in, get your DJ friends who are like all amazing DJs. Like I'm so lucky that I have him who has access to all like this Bass Coast DJs and like incredible artists. And let's just do a party on the street, and I'll do like the makers and the organizing. You bring in the DJs, and we'll have some fun. And it was super fun. So we did that a couple times, and then I was like, no, let's do this. So it's amazing. Like Darren's great to work with. He does all the production and all the music, and brings in all the DJs and does the lighting and the sound, and then
Yes.
I kind of do everything else.
And this is actually
Yeah.
how Sara and I met.
Yeah.
It was through Van Mural Fest
Yeah.
one summer, and then Winter Arts Fest here
Yes.
in Victoria, which was awesome because we remember, we're like, Sarah's out here. We gotta
Aw,
ask her to
thank you.
curate the market.
Thank you.
And so, yeah, that was actually when we got to know each other a bit more and actually talk, because we were working directly with
Yeah,
one
it was
another.
great to work with you.
I
You
was-
were fabulous, by the way.
really cute. It was so fun. And as anyone who's seen any of the prior episodes of the Victoria Artists, like all of those people I'd met during Winter Arts Fest. And so they were part of the performance lineup, and Sara had a section where she had curated like all the makers and the vendors who were selling goods. And it just added so much to the festival, you know, and it was really cool that also to just hear like you have such a genuine like care and passion for artists and creatives, and that you were able to create a solution, especially during a time that would be so challenging, that like made it work.
Thank you.
Yeah, and brought joy to people's lives, because that was a dark time.
Yeah. And it's still a little hard.
Yeah.
Still a little hard these days, so.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how has that been since? Like, especially hearing that you had a boutique that was like 3 times the size of this, and, you know?
Yeah, it was, I'll be honest, it was a very challenging, hi Selena, it was a very challenging time for sure. Like, and it has been, like, I'm not going to lie, I'm a pretty transparent person.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to, I mean, my store was down the street paying $100,000 in rent. I basically, the lease was coming up and I was just like, okay, nope, that's not going to happen. So I had to close that. And yeah, I was very lucky. I had a home in Vancouver and Strathcona. I lost that. I lost like $200,000. Like, yeah, it was a pretty big challenge. But it's interesting. Like, I don't, like, it's a not-for-profit event. I don't make any money from the Make Good Party, like, at all. It's all, I volunteer or break even, you know. But I love doing it. Like, I keep doing it. I'm kind of crazy. Well, we know about this. You're in the industry. Yeah. You work for the Vancouver Mural Festival, you know, which, by the way, I love, and so much respect for you and that entire team. So I just have so much respect for anybody, like Public Disco, like anyone who's, you know, Jamal and what he's doing, like anybody who's doing anything with the arts and trying to bring community and culture to our cities. Like, it's not easy.
It's not easy.
It is not easy. We should be getting money from our governments. We should be getting help from, like, that should just be a no-brainer. That's another story. It's frustrating, but I'm kind of crazy. I'm very persistent, and I'm gonna keep pushing through.
Where does that resilience come from for you?
I think I don't know. I think I don't know. It's not stubborn, but it's like determined or something. I don't know. I just think it's so important. Like, we need that. Like, you know, like as you know, like, you've traveled the world and you see these events happening in London or New York or in Bangkok or wherever you are, and it's just so natural. And in BC, it's not. Like, it's an anomaly, wouldn't you say? Like, it's not something that's like, I don't know. Our government doesn't put as much, not to get political, but I don't think our government puts as much meaning and importance in arts and culture that other cities around the world do.
Yeah.
So,
you know what I find interesting too, though, is like when you go to other countries where maybe the government isn't actually financially supporting this, like night markets in Asia, for example.
Totally.
It like doesn't make a difference because it's the people and it's 100%. A culture that exists 100%. Where it's like, this is what we do for a living. We're going to set up shop. Yeah. This is the market. And like, I grew up going to the Richmond night market as a kid. Awesome. Loved it. And then when I started traveling on my own and went to Asia for the first time and experienced the night markets in like Taiwan, in Bangkok, I was like, whoa, this is where that came from, where the city came out, it was so sleepy. And like the streets, you're like, you had no idea. Then you return to that same street and it's nighttime and everything came alive. Yeah. Because it's so hot in Southeast Asia that like, everyone's sleeping, everyone's having a siesta, because everyone's getting ready for nighttime when the market would pop up.
100%. It's amazing. Like, I freaking love Bangkok. I love all these places.
When was the last time you went?
I was there in February, I think it was, or March, February, March. Yeah, it's like home. Like, it's, I mean, I'm terrible at the language. I'm not going to pretend that I've tried. I've got like the CDs and so seriously. You got your cup I like really, I really tried. And it's like embarrassing because I like Thai family and they're just like, you still don't know the language. And I'm like, I don't. It's embarrassing. But no, I have so much respect for, I mean, that's why I like love watching all of your videos and all your stories when you were in the Philippines and like love that. I don't know if you noticed I was like liking everything that you were. Yeah, that's like, I'm very passionate about Like, I feel like I love Canada and I love Victoria and Vancouver, but I feel like maybe I should have been born somewhere else, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like...
Sometimes we feel
Yeah.
like we resonate with different cultures.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't have minded being born in Italy.
Yeah.
Like, I just like love the food so much.
Yeah.
Or
Tell me about that. I want to hear about that.
Greece.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't been to either of these places yet,
Yeah.
but anytime anyone mentions it, I get instantly hungry. Like, there's something about their, I think culturally, I relate to it as, like, with Filipinos, the focus on food,
Yeah.
family,
Yeah.
laughter, like, just
Yeah.
not taking life so seriously. Those things, I feel I relate to, and I feel like Italians and Grecians that I've met have that similar vibe.
Do you have Spanish in you? You have Spanish in you, don't you?
Oh yeah, I mean the
Yeah.
Filipinos.
That's what it is. Yeah,
were
yeah.
colonized by Spain.
Exactly.
So technically, yes.
Yeah.
Many of us have Spanish ancestry.
Mhm.
I have great grandfather who is a Spaniard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's maybe where it's from.
Yeah. And your
I
mom's
wanna-
from New York. What's
Yeah.
your cultural background?
Well, I'm a whitey, but my I'm like a whitey that doesn't feel like a whitey.
Yeah.
But my mother is from New York, like generations.
Yeah.
She was born in Brooklyn, and my
Do you
father's-
still have family there?
I have family there, but everybody left, which it's unfortunate. I've been there many times, but
Yeah.
and then my father's from Toronto, so I definitely do have like a very city energy.
Oh, yeah.
And my dad traveled like everywhere. Like he was a hippie. They're both hippies, like the
Yeah.
real hippies.
Yeah.
But-
What makes a real hippie versus a fake hippie?
Well, like like the whole like body paint, like naked body paint in the '60s, like that's my mom. Like I remember when I was a kid, I was like, what is this? I was like, what is going
You're not
on?
a real hippie if you don't do naked
Yeah.
body paint.
No,
okay?
I mean we're all hippies at heart. I'm a hippie for sure
Yeah.
at heart, but yeah, but they were like the 1960s, like protesting the Vietnam War. Like my mom came here. Sorry, there we go. My mom came here because with her draft dodger boyfriend to escape the Vietnam War.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What do you mean
With her-
draft dodger?
Um,
like he dodged the
he
draft.
dodged the draft,
I
yeah.
thought
She
you were
didn't, 'cause
talking
she's
about
like,
like the baseball team.
No. She was like, she's a woman,
Yeah.
but her boyfriend, dodged the draft. Yeah. So yeah. I don't know where we're going with
Yeah,
that.
I don't know. I was asking about your family.
I don't know
Which is
where
so interesting. This is fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
know. I'm just like holding this still.
we were talking
Totally
about
promoting that.
the dates of
Yeah.
the show of Make Good Party. Tell us.
Okay, so for reals, everybody in Victoria
Yeah.
who's watching need to go to Ship Point, Victoria in the Inner Harbor on July 26th. We have an amazing...
Oh, that's a great outdoor venue.
Yeah, it's so awesome. So I've been working with the City of Victoria. They've very kindly given us the space to do the event. And so we have Hot Sleepers playing, we have And Friends, we have Primitive, and we have Darren Woodhead playing. We've got like 20 or 25 makers. We have like a bar and a non-alcoholic drinks and a kid zone. And yeah, it's super fun. It's going to be fun.
A full shebang bang.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then we do, have you heard about the Astro Arts Festival?
Yes, in Vancouver. Shout outs to
excited.
Steph, to Drew.
Right?
Yeah.
So excited about that. Like, I'm so excited that would you say that it's a...
It's
I
a
would like to
real
know.
festival.
Can you tell me a bit more? Like, is it a
I don't-
revive?
I don't know.
I feel like it's a revive.
You think it's a revive? Well, they're definitely going to
I'm so
enliven the
Yeah.
streets and the alleyways. There's going to be art.
Yeah.
That's as much as I know.
Yeah. So we were invited
Yeah.
to do a makers market for the Make Good Party. That's going to be August 9th and 10th.
Oh,
I feel very
yeah.
honored to be invited, and I'm super proud of them for doing that. That's going to be at their location. Oh my gosh, I should know the address, but
It's in Mount Pleasant.
yeah, Mount Pleasant, exactly. And then Car Free Day, we love them. They invite us every year, and we do like a kind of like a car free block party takeover at 22nd and Main. That's going to be super fun. I don't know who the DJs are for that one yet, but maybe Jamal. Are you guys going to be at
DJ Jay Squeezy? Jay
Yeah.
Squeezy.
But are you guys going to have a little block party thing? Yeah.
Maybe.
Last year we might.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So that's exciting. And then we're working with Market Square here in Victoria, and we're gonna do a Halloween party. That'll be fun, right? I think that's fun.
Is one of my favorite holidays.
Yeah, it's my holiday too.
Yeah.
This is why I think we should be more friends.
Yeah. Why is it your holiday?
I love Halloween.
Yeah.
I call it a holiday, but it's not a holiday.
It's not a holiday.
I don't know. Why do you like Halloween?
I like that.
It's just like so much fun, especially in Vancouver.
Everyone dresses up, and it's weird. Like, it's your excuse to get weird. People, like...
That's what it is.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You get to shake up your normal, everyday 9-to-5er, or like your Clark Kent, whatever you do in the daytime, and then you get to be someone else in the nighttime.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And I just love that aspect. If I feel like dressing up, but the truth is, every Halloween, I am the same.
What do you do? I love that.
I am my spirit animal incarnate, which is a black cat.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is that came from a moment where I was like, oh my gosh, Halloween is so wasteful. Like selling costumes, plastic things.
No, it's true.
You know what I mean?
It's like landfill.
Landfill. And I was like, I'm going to buy a costume and it's going to be the same thing I wear every year.
I think that's good.
It was cat ears, cat tail, and then like I always wear all black something.
Yeah.
And it was funny because that emerged during a Halloween party, I think in 2017. And it was like there's a whole origin story behind that cat is named Houdini Kazemi, the flip of my name.
Yeah.
And I would keep evolving this story over the years. Every time you meet Houdini Kazemi the cat every Halloween.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Maybe I should do that.
Do you have like a go-to Halloween costume?
I'll be honest, I don't know.
Or
I'm
favorite?
I'm going to start doing that. I used to be really into Halloween when I was a kid. Like, I've done so many things, but I think now I'm more just about the party.
Yeah,
if I can be honest. Like, now that I'm getting older, I am 49. I am getting older. So PTPs, you know, I do like day parties now.
Yeah, day parties and more chair dancing.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely up there dancing. Like, that's not a thing. But
I chair dance.
Oh, you're an amazing dancer.
I get tired, so.
You're an incredible dancer.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I just like more about the party than the costume. But I think that's a good idea, what you're doing.
Well, I think all of these dates that you have coming up and all the collaborations that you're doing, you've got your work cut out for you.
Yes.
This is so exciting.
Yes.
I love that you're involving so many different communities in what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. Yeah. Like, I'm definitely a bit overwhelmed. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's a lot, but I love doing it. And, you know, I got to meet you guys. Like, I'm so honored to meet people like you guys. You know, there's such an incredible community of people who are trying to create culture and community in our cities, and I think that's amazing. So, yeah.
What do you think you have learned about being an entrepreneur that you feel like if anyone is going to start and create something on their own, they should know?
Oh my gosh, that's a good question.
You know?
Hire fast, what is it? No, hire slow, fire fast.
What does that mean?
Something like that, I don't remember. No, that was kind of a joke, I'm sorry. I don't know, I mean, I think that you just have to like, I use my intuition a lot. I don't know if that's the right answer, but...
No, that's your answer.
That's how I do business and in life. I just go with my gut and I do what feels right and I follow that. I think that's important. You just have to have you have to be passionate about what you do. You have to have the confidence to just go for it and have the drive, I would say. I think like we're kind of in a culture where it's like, we're told to do the 9 to 5 and have to be a certain way, and you kind of have to go, to be an entrepreneur, you have to go outside of that. I work 60-hour weeks, like it's my everything, it's my partner, it's my child. And that's why the pandemic was very hard for me, because it was everything. Like this was kind of me, it was my baby. So yeah, I would just say like follow your passion and use your intuition and I don't know, just go for it. I mean, just trust that it's gonna work out. Yeah.
And you had to teach yourself things along the way.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
guessing.
it's like having a business is just, it's like, I just try to see like, because it's constantly putting out fires. It's constantly like learning. You're constantly growing. And you just have to see that that's part of the process. And you have to accept that it's like going to school. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is going to school for me. Because I was just like, I'm a social person. I love all these artists. I love all these DJs. But like, I'd never put on big street parties. I mean, it's one thing to put on a party in an underground situation, but when you're working with like the city and like the bureaucracy and like, that's like school. I know you know about that. Would you say that for you too?
Well, thankfully, I've never had to personally deal with those aspects.
Do you do any of that in your job?
No.
In your jobs?
No. My,
like the creative part.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I've positioned myself in a way where like I curate and design. Yeah. And curating and designing is, and I was saying this earlier in the show with the last episode with DJ Leanne about how, you know, we don't have to learn to do everything. We can choose where we want to master and choose that lane, and then find the people who are masters in their lane and develop the skills to collaborate and work together. Because where I know where I am most lit up and where the best use of my energy is to design experiences and to curate the humans, the artists, whatever it is that I'm curating, and bring that together.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And
I need
so
you.
I need you. Other people who are good
100%.
at their lane, like I want to work with them so that we can all just focus on the thing we're best at. You know?
I think that's incredible advice. And I think that I could learn from that. 100%. And that's why I keep trying to, I'm like, do you want to come? Help me.
Trying to pull me in.
No, it's true, because I think I've done everything on my own, and I don't think that's the way to do it. I kind of like was like, oh, I'll just do everything on my own. I'll be fine. And especially when you're in like doing events, like it's all about exactly what you said, is trying to find the right people and building that community. So good for you.
It's not easy. It's
I have so many questions
hard.
for you.
Yeah.
Because you're an amazing curator. Like, this is what you do, right? Like, you just like for instance, with Winter Arts Festival, I was so amazed by you because I'm like born and raised here. I mean, I do live in Vancouver, but this is still partly my home. I go back and forth. And you were just like, oh yeah, have you heard of this? Have you heard of that? And I'm like, I haven't. Like, you knew everything. I was so amazed at you. Like, you knew what's happening. Like, you're above the trend. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No,
well,
you are.
I do have
incredible.
a method to that madness.
I would like to. Can you teach the
well,
audience?
Well, to be honest, when we did an open call out for artists to apply to perform for the festival, I received all these applications, and it wasn't super diverse in the applications. Some of them were amazing in terms of like musicians or bands, but I was like, this can't be all it. And of course, it's like, especially if we were coming into a new city where the festival had never been before. So of course nobody had heard of Winter Arts Fest maybe, or Van Mierle Fest. And so I had come down here for a scouting trip, and I was just like, well, where do we find artists in creative places? And I just started going into cafes, going into record shops, boutiques, and through there, talking to the people.
That's the way to do it.
Anyone who looked like, and using my intuition as well, like looking at the people who seemed like they had a vibe, and then I introduced myself, told them that we were here doing a festival, and did they know of any artists, especially like artists of diversity and queerness, and 100%. You know, indigenous local artists as well. And I just kept getting referred to all these different names. I looked them up on the internet. And then I just cold DM'd people until people reached back to me. And, you know, thankfully with the reputation of the festival that's existed for a long time, people were like, okay, this looks legit. And they're offering budget. Like, I wasn't asking artists to perform for free, you know. We were like willing to compensate them for what we could afford and also what they're worth. And if they were willing and to participate. And in the end, it just like brought together this amazing lineup over 4 days. And I think one of the biggest compliments I received was meeting somebody, a local artist, who was like, are you from here? And I was like, no, actually, I'm based out of Van City. And he was like, you curated this like a local. Like I literally have been here every day because one of my friends are performing, and that made my heart swell. And what was dope about that was like developing these authentic relationships with people here, and I think that's part of my passion and why also this show is happening. This show, it has been the best time this past week, even though it's been intense, like 2 interviews per day.
I'm shocked that I was shocked by that.
You know,
that you're doing like 2, because you came from Nanaimo today, is that right? Where's Leanne?
Yeah, Lake Cowichan.
So she's in Lake Cowichan. Nice.
And it's been one after the other, and you're our last one on this run.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you. I'm so proud of you, honestly. Like that's, when I met you, I was just like, what? You're just like, oh yeah, have you heard of these guys? I'm like, no. Have you heard of these? No.
It's like, I literally just did that to your one of the employees here too, where they were like, I'm really into film and all of this, and I was like, oh, have you heard of Cinevic Film and blah blah blah, or House of Val? I was just plugging in the people.
So that's
that
your
met.
passion. So for me, like, it's going to a city and finding the artists and makers, and for you, it's like developing community and finding like different artists and DJs and music and
weaving them
dancers
together.
And
I consider myself a community weaver for sure.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you actually that through my many travels, I also had the inspiration of like, oh, it would be so cool to bring these things and offer them in a market, or like thought maybe I'd.
So you felt the same when you were traveling.
Yeah, but I didn't have the wherewithal to actually go for it. I didn't feel like that was going to be the thing that I did. But because I came across so many cool artists and saw things that I was like, people would love this.
How is the Philippines? I have so many questions. I could talk to you for like, we could make this whole show about you.
No!
Because I do. I have so many questions. No, but you're amazing. I have so many questions.
We'll after. But I do want to get into some rapid fire fun questions for you.
Okay.
Yeah. And they don't have to be super rapid.
Okay.
But it's fun.
Okay.
Morning ritual you can't live without. Do you have one?
I'm not a morning person at all. Like I go to bed at 2.
Yeah.
I'm really not a morning person. I'm sorry.
How long does it take you to get up? Or like
I hate mornings. I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize.
I think if I was to be a healthy morning person, I would definitely like meditate 100%. I mean, I meditate every morning. There you go. I do. I meditate in the shower.
There you go.
Every morning.
Yeah.
Thank you for actually.
Yes.
Because I didn't think I was a morning person. Yes, I meditate.
There we go. A smell that instantly makes you feel at home.
I'm just going to say lavender. I don't know where that came from. That just came to me.
Yep.
Maybe
from your memory.
It's like,
If my migration boutique had a signature scent, what would it be?
Oh my gosh. Lavender? I don't know.
That's your answer?
Okay. I'm going to go with the lavender.
Song that makes you drop everything and dance.
Oh, there's so many songs. I feel like I should be plugging Darren Whithead right now. But I don't know. I like so many. Anything hip hop. I'm a 90s hip hop fan.
Yes.
Like anything. Like Tribe Called Quest, like The Roots. I just saw The Far Side.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, anything. Yeah, Wu-Tang. Like anything. Anything from the 90s hip hop.
Yeah.
That's my jam.
The golden era of
that's
hip-hop.
my jam.
A maker or artist you'd love to collaborate with someday?
I think for me, I'm actually trying to make a big effort to bring more Indigenous artists into migration. We have had a lot of collaboration with Indigenous artists, but to me, that's like very passionate and very important to me.
Yes.
Is like, So I don't have one in particular, but
more.
That's a passion for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's one thing in your bag at all times?
Lipstick. Red lipstick.
You know what's so funny is literally DJ Leanne said the same
Really?
thing. She's like, something that she keeps in her DJ gear bag that is not gear. And she said lipstick. Y'all could be the lipstick ladies.
I know. I feel like I definitely need to meet her now. That
yes. Seriously,
hilarious.
same vibes.
Yeah.
A piece of advice you come back to again and again for yourself.
It just came to me. Don't take things personally. I don't know.
Yep.
It just came to me.
Yep.
We're going with it, right? Like,
yes.
Whatever.
If you could throw a make good party anywhere in the world, where would it be?
I love Lisbon. I love Bangkok.
Oh,
I love.
Lisbon.
I mean, I love Bangkok. It's like my home, but yeah, Lisbon's fun. Say Lisbon.
Okay. I have yet to go.
Yeah.
I love Portuguese food, though.
Yeah. I love Portugal.
I feel most inspired when I'm surrounded by...
Friends, community.
If I weren't doing this, I'd probably be...
A graphic designer or artist.
Oh, okay.
Interior designer. Interior designer.
One local maker who constantly blows my mind is...
Oh my gosh. There's so many. Okay, we're saying artists or maker?
Yeah, both, either or.
I'm just gonna say I'm gonna do a shout out to Hollyhock. She's been with us since day one.
Wow.
She's an amazing artist. She's a leather artist and does like screen printing on the leather and jewelry. And I've had her in my store for 16 years from day one.
Wow. Hollyhock?
Hollyhock.
Is that
her
who
name's
the,
Holly?
Is that who that space, the artist residency place,
No,
is named after?
it's not. But that's what she gets a lot.
OMG.
That just came to me because I wanted to shout out to her because she's amazing. Yeah.
Amazing. My design style in 3 words.
I like a lot of color. I don't know. I don't know. I'm having a hard time with that
3
one.
words. Color. Okay.
Well, I said creative, but
Yeah.
that feels like, okay, color, creative. Like unique.
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
There we
Unique.
go. 3 words. One thing I wish more people knew about handmade goods is...
That it's a passion project for them, that they work their butts, they don't make a lot of money off of this, that it's like they're giving their all, or, it's a lot of respect for artists. They don't make any money. Most people don't make any money. Like, they do this from their heart, from their passion. So, yeah. Yeah.
So support.
Yeah.
The soundtrack to my life right now is...
I'm just thinking hip hop again. I don't know. The soundtrack to my life. It's a bit crazy. What would that be?
Jamal.
What's a wild and crazy ride of like? It's a bit all over the place right now.
Crazy by Gnarls Barkley?
Crazy by Gnarls.
Well, I was thinking more like the Jazzmatazz record, Guru.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Like
Yes.
I wouldn't say it's like crazy, but like jazz is crazy in the sense
Yeah.
of like, but at the same time in that craziness, there's a cohesion and then art,
Okay, you're
incredible
amazing.
art is being made.
Thank you. I love that.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Have you heard that record before?
Like Guru?
Yeah, Jazzmatazz.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, the last live set or DJ that gave me goosebumps was...
That's a good one. I think I'm going to be a little bit biased here.
Yeah.
And I keep talking about the Darren Woodhead. He has curated an incredible, like every Make Good party is like bumping. Like every DJ that plays at the Make Good party.
He's tapped in, he knows what's
It's
up.
insane. Like all the DJs that play the Make Good party, there's not one that I'm like, oh, that sucks. Like they're all like, everybody's dancing, everybody's grooving, everyone's like, all of them. I don't know, like, we've had so many incredible DJs that have played, like J.K. Gaultier and Hubs, and I don't know.
Yeah, shout-outs to Hubs.
Yeah, like Hubs is insane.
Yeah.
He always makes me dance. They all do. So I don't know, I just feel like I have to do a shout out to all those guys. And I'm very grateful for all the DJs who play the Make Good party. Like, incredibly grateful for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
My ultimate comfort food is...
I love anything like, I love Japanese food. I love Thai food.
Oh.
Anything Thai food or Japanese, basically any Asian food, basically. Yeah.
Do you have a
Thai.
go-to dish with the Thai food?
I love som tam. I love like lab.
What's som tam?
Well, som tam is like the papaya salad. Anything that's street food, like any Thai street food, or like lab. I don't know if anybody eats meat, but it's like ground pork that's with like, it's like lime and fish sauce and like, lemongrass and all the things. Like, Thai food is insane.
Is that like a lettuce wrap, sorry? What was the...
So no, lab is like you get like sticky rice.
Yes.
And then you get like this, I don't know, it's like ground meat with all these spices and tasty flavors. And then you dip the little sticky rice in it.
Oh,
And
yum.
you eat the sticky rice.
That's like not a dish that I
Oh.
see offered at Thai restaurants.
No, yeah, you wouldn't. Well, some places, but it's not the same. You have to have it in Thailand. Like it's hard to get. Yeah, yeah.
Thailand and Vietnam are the two
I know,
places
Vietnamese
in
food.
Southeast
Hello.
Asia that I really want to go to next to eat.
I want to know about, we're talking about this, but I
Yeah.
want to know about Filipino food too.
Oh, yeah. Well, Filipino food, there's a lot of fried.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of Filipino food,
Yeah.
but like, yeah.
A lot of fried, but like the one dish that I love that I think is so fresh, and I actually recently developed like a love for it. I don't think I really had it before, but it is a lumpia, but it's a fresh lumpia. So it's a spring roll, but not fried. So the
Yes.
crepe is actually like a fresh crepe.
I want that.
And then they put
I do.
lettuce, julienne carrots, and
Yes.
radish. And then what they, I forgot the name of it, but it is essentially, in English, it translates to the heart of palm.
Oh my
like
God.
it's the part of the coconut where you have the coconut, palms, right?
Yeah.
And then you have the center part that connects to the bark.
Yes.
It's in the middle. That part is actually quite meaty, and it's used a lot by Filipinos for cooking and for food, and like in vegetarian restaurants, they'll use that as like a meat replacement.
That's
so
amazing, yeah.
they chop that up, they add that, and it's dipped in like a sweet peanut sauce. It's really good.
That
I
sounds
can't
amazing.
believe I never really fully. I mean, I've had it before, but I think I needed to have it in the Philippines.
Yeah,
for
you
me
have to have it.
appreciate
Like you got to be on the street
Yeah.
having that, right? Is
And
it a street food?
No. I don't know actually, because I had it at my auntie's
Is
house.
your family still there?
Yeah, I have tons of relatives.
Like that.
But this was a really special moment of eating this food and discovering it, because we had like a circular table. We were having breakfast, and then like we have a lazy Susan in the middle with all
Yeah.
the dishes. And it came to that dish specifically. I tried it for the first time. I was like, oh my gosh, what is this?
Yeah.
And each family member were like, yeah, don't you know the coconut tree is the tree of life for
Oh, I
us?
love
Because
that.
they literally use every part of the tree
Yeah.
for everything.
Yes.
And then like
amazing.
one by one, going around in the circle,
Yeah.
each family member named like what the coconut tree is used for.
No, it's incredible.
And it
It's
was
true.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, my heart was so warm, and I love that it happened in this like circular motion of
Yeah.
like, this is our tree of life.
No, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
good.
cool. I like that.
A local restaurant or food truck I'll always shout out is to here in Victoria.
Okay, there's so many here, but I'm going to do a shout out to Dumpling Drop.
Oh.
Or Chocolate. Tarn is from back to the Bangkok.
Yes.
I met Tarn.
Really?
I was sitting at like an internet cafe when they used to have internet cafes before like cell phones.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, I know you.
Yeah.
And Tarn was like, I don't know if I know you. And I'm like, I'm from Victoria. And I was like, I'm from Victoria. And Tarn was visiting, I think their grandparents who lived,
Yeah.
like it was actually in Banglampu, which is around Kosan Road or whatever. But yeah, doing dumplings over there. And I think Tarn works with their mother or something. Like it's authentic.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that. I love when it's like second gen who's like reviving and keeping
Yeah.
these family recipes and sharing it, and like
Yeah.
also evolving it,
Yeah.
evolving the flavors to adapt to these like West Coast flavors too.
Yeah.
That's fun.
And
Yeah.
another shout out.
Yes.
They work with a food truck in Vancouver who are coming to the Make Good party on July 26th.
Oh yes.
And going to have a food truck.
Who's
Authentic
the
Thai
maker
food.
that they're?
I think it's Cow Gang is the name.
Okay.
That's terrible. I should know the name.
That's
It's
okay.
actually really terrible. But I'm excited about the food. I think I didn't catch on to the name because I was more excited about the food, but it's authentic, like Thai food. So
Be on
they're
the
coming-
lookout.
Yeah, they're coming from Vancouver to work to come to the Make Good party.
That's so good.
Yeah, amazing.
Food is love when it's.
Well, I like the community food that you were talking about. Like I love the lazy Susan that you were
Yeah.
talking about, where it's a community and you're all doing it together and you're taking time with the food and you're enjoying everything. And do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I feel like Western culture is just more about like your individual meals, and I'm like,
Or in front of the TV.
Yeah. It's about community and about like how's your day and communicating and yeah.
One place other than Thailand that completely
We talked a lot about Thailand. I don't know.
that completely changed the way I see the world.
So many places, but I lived in London. That was fun. I lived there in 1999. I'm old.
What were you doing out there?
I was working at one of the big bar restaurants there, and
Yeah.
they had like amazing DJs, and we'd party, and it was super fun. And yeah, I think that changed my life, just to see like to be a part of like the underground, like, you know, music scene and
In 99,
yeah,
that's so
electronic
cool.
music scene. I went to Glastonbury in 1999, and that was a pretty big moment for sure. Yeah, and just seeing like again seeing more culture and seeing like street parties and going to like the Notting Hill Festival and being like, this is like a multicultural event. I mean, there's a lot of white people in Victoria, right? Like it's a very British energy here. So I mean, it's changing.
Which is funny because you were in England.
Yes, I know, right? That is funny.
But there's so much diversity in London.
There's so much diversity, exactly. I think it's more about exactly like the culture and the community and the diversity and just seeing that there's more out there. But that's a very good point. That's very true.
My suitcase is never without.
I mean, you have to have music. So an iPod back in the day, or even like back in the day, I had my CDs.
Yeah.
I had like a CD case, and you put
A
all
travel CD
Yeah, it was a huge.
case.
You'd bring it out, and people were like, "Oh, that's a good CD."
And did you have like a CD Walkman for your travels? Or
yeah,
what
we
did
had
you-
like a CD Walkman, maybe a little speaker.
When I was in high school, I had an American Eagle jacket that had a pocket that would fit the CD Walkman.
That's
Do you
pretty
remember that
amazing.
when they were putting
Yeah,
pockets
I do remember that.
that would fit your iPod?
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, it literally was made to fit whatever was the popular device at the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
But I fully had a winter coat that
Yeah.
like had a little thing that the headphones could go into before Bluetooth, before
Yeah,
wireless.
that's amazing. I do remember that. I think that was like a fancy thing.
Yeah, it was a
Like, I feel
fancy
like that
thing.
was a
I was
fancy-
stoked on this
Yeah.
jacket. Like fit my Panasonic CD Walkman so well.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
cool.
A hidden gem of a place that you keep going back to is.
I don't know why I keep talking about Thailand. This is getting
But it's
like
a
kind
place
of
in Thailand.
Embarrassing.
No.
I go to an island called Koh Payam. I shouldn't even be like mentioning this island to the world. It's my sanctuary. It's like off of Burma, like in the south, and it's just like so beautiful and like
Is it a big
paradise.
island?
Very small island.
Okay.
Yeah. It's now getting known since White Lotus. White Lotus has changed a lot of things.
Because
but
it was on the show?
It wasn't, but I think everybody's going to Thailand now because of White Lotus. I didn't realize I loved Thailand so much until this
Episode.
I mean, I knew it, but I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's my sanctuary. Yeah,
I
and some
love
places
that.
on the island too. I love Tofino.
Mm-hmm.
Tofino is my happy
I
place.
haven't been there in years.
Yeah,
I need
Tofino
to
is
go.
a happy place. There we go. Shout out to the island. Tofino. There we go.
Yes.
Tofino. Final answer.
Travel has taught me.
Oh my gosh, it's taught me everything about life. Like I've learned so much about myself and about, different cultures. Like that's my passion, to learn about cultures and about other ways of being and living, and I love that. That's my passion, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
If I could source handmade goods from anywhere next that I haven't been to yet, I'd go to.
Well, I have been to Morocco. I want to go back. I got like a little taste of Morocco. I want to go back.
Tell me about it.
I
Where did you go when
I
you
went to Marrakesh not many years ago, before 2019, with the idea of like purchasing from the artists there. And I did bring some little samples back, but love Morocco. I'd love to go to Turkey. There's a lot of places in the world. I haven't been to Africa. I mean, I've been to Morocco, but I haven't been to many places in Africa. I'd love to check that out.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
heard Kenya is beautiful,
love to go there.
Nigeria is beautiful.
Yeah.
And, the artisans there.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yes,
and
yes.
the music.
Yes, and the music.
Yeah.
I love the music that you had for the little post that you did on me.
Yeah.
I love that.
Which song did I choose again? I forget.
I don't know. I liked it on Spotify. thought it was so good.
You know what's
I think
funny?
I'd heard it before, but I didn't know who it was.
Was it like a house track?
Nope, it was.
A hip hop track?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming it was an African. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but it was definitely African music. It could have been exactly.
Oh,
a
it might have
DJ.
been like an Afro house track.
Yeah, exactly.
So I've been really into that lately.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I usually like to choose songs that kind of feel like they fit the vibe of whoever it is.
I know, you nailed that.
Yes, I love that. Oh my gosh, Sarah, it's been like an hour. We've had such
I can't
a great
believe it.
chat.
That was so easy.
Yeah.
I was very nervous.
No, you did great.
But it was actually like, because it's because of you. Because you guys are so awesome. So awesome.
And also you, like your stories, your experience, what you've
Thank
been
you.
able to create here, the platform that you've been able to make that really just uplift the arts and artists.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're also doing the Lord's work, okay? You. You really are.
Well, you are too, and that's why I love you guys.
Yes.
And we need to hang out more because,
Yes.
I really resonated when I met you. I was like, you're so cool, and I love what you're doing. Anyone who's doing this stuff is amazing because we get it, right? It's not easy, but we got to do it. It's our passion, you know. So
Yes,
yeah,
and
you're
it's
awesome.
making the world a more colorful,
100%.
vibrant,
Yes.
and like enjoyable place to live in. And that's what we're here to
100%.
do. We're here to have fun. We're here to party.
Yeah.
We're not here for a long time, but we're here for a good time. Ayo! Shout out to everyone who's been tuning in on the stream, everyone who
Come
is
on,
watching
Solana.
the replay after. Big ups to Solana, our favorite puppy here. And much love and thank you, Sarah.
You're amazing. Thank you so much. No,
Yes.
Thank you to both you guys. Like,
Y'all gotta come out, check out Make Good. You could find it online.
Make Good Party. Follow us on the social migration boutique. That would be amazing. Thank you.
Yes.
Come to our party. Point.
Woo, woo.
We're in
If you're
Vancouver, Car Free Day, September.
the plug is right there, Sarah, if you have
Yeah.
any questions. All right, y'all. You have been watching Beats, Eats, and more.